After being on YouTube since 2012, having over 12 channels, a video with 1 million views, another channel with 7,000 subscribers, and after doing a 6-month experiment, I have found the way to get out of the small YouTube hell. And the most effective thing is called priming. You need to prime your YouTube channel if you care about increasing your reach, which has a side note which we go about later in the video. So before I explain you what is priming exactly, I want to show you an actual example of the experiment. So I uploaded one video onto a channel which at that moment had 389 subscribers. Before I tell you the views that it got on that channel, I uploaded a very similar video, so almost the same, onto a primed channel with only 3 subscribers. That channel outperformed this one by a long shot. So how is that possible? Before I show you, this just tells why subscriber count doesn't matter. In fact, I have found that you're very lucky if you're just starting out. If you have a new channel or start a new channel, it can be a wise decision. So let me explain why. Because this channel, or the video on that channel, got 169 views when I concluded the small part of the experiment there. That video is basically part of that 311 video experiment, right? I uploaded 311 videos across several channels on a period of 6 months to really find out the answer. And this was one of them. Before I tell you, what do you think the 3 sub channel got? And by the way, if you see the fly, just annoy him. So after you've made your guess, I will tell you now. It got over 1,034 views when I concluded this experiment. As we speak, I believe it has 1,400 views. So how can this be possible? It's the same video. Well, it's because of this whole priming. Channel B was primed in order to get this result, whereas channel A wasn't. In order to understand this priming concept, you have to understand the algorithm. Now, I don't say that I understand the YouTube algorithm, but I do have my fair share of experiments, starting in 2012, uploading over 600 videos, millions of views, thousands of subscribers, you get it. And this is just what I've learned. And it's not the only thing that matters, but it is really, really important. Not just a small thing, because you see all these YouTubers or people in general telling you that you should do this, you should get a good hook, right? But there are things that are way more effective than others. And when we look at this whole priming thing, what the algorithm does is basically pushing your video on any channel, but I assume you just have one, is it pushes your newly uploaded video through your subscribers, right? They don't only pick your subscribers to show your video to. I'm not sure about the percentage, they don't mention that, but it goes to a part of your subscribers and they will test the results on that, and if it gets good result, it will spread further. And this understanding is very important, because this first filter, the first people that see your video, are crucial, because if they give poor results, YouTube is very unlikely to push it further. That's why most people get stuck over here, right? 50 views, 100 views, 500 views, or a very small percentage of their subscriber count. Of course, in the beginning, you get more views in comparison to your subscriber count. So for larger channels, this is different. That's at least what I've noticed with the channel with over 7,000 subscribers. And one big thing that I've learned during this experiment, actually during all those years, is that the algorithm does not hate diversity. It just craves clarity. And if you give it what it wants, it will give you what you need, which is often views. There's a lot of nuance to that, which you go about later, but you get the point. So what is this clarity exactly? What is this whole priming thing? Well, let me show you with an example. Over here we have menu from restaurant A, and over here we have the menu of restaurant B. 2 different restaurants. Well, you walk by on the street, you're hungry, okay? And you're looking for some Chinese food. And of course you walk past restaurant A, you read the menu. They have it outside, right? And you see Asian beef on the menu. And let's say restaurant B is next besides to it. You can peek over and look at the menu there as well. And you also see Asian beef over there. But you don't really like Asian beef that much. You're hungry and you're looking for Chinese food, Asian food. Well, not really Asian beef right now. So you look further and you see the famous, or infamous, I should say, Dutch sprouts. If you don't know what they are, they're delicious. Alright, the Dutch sprouts. And then you peek over again because you don't like Dutch sprouts, do you? So you look at restaurant B and you see Chinese dumpling. They're great. You like those. But you're not walking away yet. So you look further and you see a German schnitzel. You don't like that one. And of course you get sold because you also see very nice Chinese noodles on that menu to start with. And because you were looking for Chinese food, you end up going to restaurant B. Now you can look at yourself as the algorithm in this example, right? The algorithm in this case is looking for Chinese food. So of course, if your first video is about Asian beef and they have both 0 subscribers, if the menus are the channels, well, they can expect similar results. There are no other videos posted yet on that channel. Then, if you start to post the Dutch Sprout ones, you get food lovers that would still click on that. Perhaps from that first video, you got 10 subscribers. But then it now also shows those Dutch Sprouts videos to those 10 people or part of it. And of course, to new people. Now it's very unlikely that there are general food lovers who love to see a Dutch Sprouts video as well from that specific Asian beef video. Because they can be anyone. Now, and of course, if time goes by and you really post a lot of different stuff, you really build a mixed menu, which obviously becomes red, because it comes back to the thing that I've learned is that the algorithm does not hate diversity, it just craves clarity. And menu B is just much more clear who it is for. Now here comes the thing. Why do people then say don't have the niche down and that you are the niche and it is working for them? Or at least some people will say this. For instance, then go, well, ask yourself, are they really not niche? And did they not start this way to only later on do this? Those are two serious questions. Are they really still not in a specific niche or in a few niches? Is it still not clear to the algorithm what they are creating, what they stand for? Are there topics? Just look at their titles. Titles are really important, I found, during this experiment. Are their titles really that different? It comes back to a famous quote, I believe from Benjamin Franklin, which is don't listen to what they say, look at what they do. And most people, and that's not an offense to certain creators, most people don't know exactly why certain things work. And also sometimes what they exactly did or are doing or how they are doing it in order to get where they are. But as you know me, I care about the truth. And what is true? Well, that content fades and audience stays, right? Some posts will perform well. Perhaps they get you 100,000 views, perhaps 1 million views like me. And then you have some posts really perform not that good. It's ups and downs, and that's all right. But the content fades. Of course, some videos have a longer shelf life than others. Some keep performing, but your audience stays. And there's a reason why I say this, and it's a really important reason. Because this bar looks green right now, but I can start to color it with red. Because you can do this the wrong way. You get the point. We'll stop drawing. Because your audience stays, and this is specifically true on YouTube. I can't comment on the other platforms because I can, but I haven't done such an in-depth experiment. And I do have found the truth on YouTube that if you do this the wrong way, this over here, building the audience through this, through your content, then you build an audience of the not right but wrong people. Because you're probably doing this to generate profit while not having to work for a boss, having the freedom that this whole thing provides, this whole personal branding. And if you over here build an audience of the wrong people that are very unlikely to buy whatever it is that you already have and offer or in the future want to launch, because you do hope that that will turn out well, because many people start with creating first and then offering something, then you could end up here in the blue zone, which seems nice if you like the cold, but it will leave you with a very low conversion rate or follower to purchase ratio. And that doesn't matter if you're like Alex Emoji and you sell very expensive workshops, or in his case, invest in businesses, which he only needs a handful per year from. Then this is fine, because from those handful, he makes a lot of money. If that's you too, you still want to focus on the right people, but then that conversion rate doesn't matter as much. Just avoid getting into this zone. What is this zone? What I talked about. If you don't have a product yet, but you do have the belief, which is not true, but you do have the belief that you should build that audience first, go viral, and then you can offer something to a part of those people that now has become part of your audience, and that you can now launch a product to and will make you a lot of money. That's your hope, if you think that will be true in the end, after perhaps 3 years, after perhaps a year, or perhaps a much longer time. Then that is all based on hope. And there's nothing wrong with that. That just has consequences, because you could end up over here, which can be reality for you. That's what I found out after doing this, after building it on hope, not testing it along the way, based on data, based on truth, and how you can waste years building your personal brand for the wrong people and eventually end up over here. You may make some money, but not what you've hoped for, and not enough to cover your costs for your video editor, for your software, whatever it may be, and definitely not enough to live from. And even if that is the case, then you're nowhere near of what you could have earned if you did it the right way, or I should say a better way, because there's no right or wrong. So what is the better way? Well, it's focusing on truth, and you can test that along the way, and you want to do that ASAP if you care about profitability. Now, if you care about views, vanity, fame, or you have the money, you care about becoming famous, well, then care about views, impressions, and so on. But if you care about freedom from money, then you want to pinpoint the right topics, titles, especially on YouTube, really important, and ideas that eventually or already lead you to an audience, not of silly, but of clever billies. So how do you pinpoint the right content to create right now, the right videos to create on YouTube, the right posts to post on LinkedIn, Instagram, and so on, that will build you the right audience, which compounds so that when you are ready to launch your product, or you already have product or multiple products, that audience generates you the most profit. How can you pinpoint the right topic so that there is clarity? But even though it can get you less views, you know it will build you a profitable audience instead of one that is built on vanity, which is fine just if you want that. I didn't want that, which is why I figured this part out. And exactly that is what I share in a free training. Just enter in your email in the link below and I will notify you when you can watch it. There's only one thing you do. Then don't watch the training. Sounds a bit pushy. Then at least for yourself, if you don't want to enter in your email, find out what content brings you the right people. Whatever it is that you desire from or with the people that watch your videos or watch or read your posts. Otherwise, you could be wasting your years. So may you be the clever Billy here. And the clever Billy has now understood the priming concept, which basically looks like this, where you have this box over here, which you can see as a channel, and you have different videos that you post on there in this type content topic, either Labradors or Poodles. They're different people watch them, and that's with any individual person that watches, but there is commonalities, there are patterns. And again, the YouTube algorithm craves clarity. So what happens if one day you talk about Labradors and the other video is about Poodles? Well, then it will be capped because you're giving the algorithm mixed signals, or better said, the people that have now subscribed to your channel don't click on the Poodle video because they care about Labrador. But some of them are mixed and they still care about Poodles because they're just animal lovers. And some of them are just Poodle owners and care about Poodles and don't watch your Labrador videos. That's why you're capping yourself by not understanding the algorithm and then doing the right action. The right action here, or better action I should say, is priming your channel, which is over here. Let's say you do like to talk about Labradors but also about Poodles. You have two different topics that are quite different from each other, and I would say already quite quickly you want to at least test it on two different channels, because it's very likely to be in a sub niche already, and it can be a small nuanced thing already, like a small difference in topic, for instance Labradors and Poodles. It can actually be quite big. So if you're in doubt, again, give YouTube what it wants, the clarity, and just do it on two different channels, which then in the beginning may feel slower, because as you remember that the channel, the experiment that I told you about, that channel, that first channel, channel A, had 389 subscribers when I was concluding that experiment after I posted that video on that channel, whereas the other one had only 3. But I primed this channel, channel B, with videos that were very specific, whereas this one is much more of a mix, where it was Labradors and Poodles. And yeah, as you can see, that channel has more subscribers, so posting any video on that channel is likely to get more views unless you have a prime channel for that specific topic already. So this whole priming thing may take you a bit more time to take off, but what it will leave you with is this as possible results. You can look at each video as a natural viral ceiling, as you can see. This could be the ceiling of any video, of your video. It could be 1 million views. That video under perfect circumstances can get 1 million views, because that is the people around that month on YouTube that are interested in that topic that it can spread that video to, if all the conditions are perfect, right? So let's say that's 1 million. Then you have another video which is very specific, very niched, and get only 1,000 views in that specific month. Well, you're capping yourself by uploading it to the mix channel because you don't have perfect circumstances anymore. Now, it will never be perfect, but it is far from perfect. And you're now capping yourself at 1,000 views in this example. Whereas over here, it has much more possibility to do this, to grow, because you have primed it. And unfortunately, that is a big thing. Having that clarity, having a niched channel, even though you are not a niche, you can still post about different stuff, then do it on a different channel. If you care about more views, which makes sense, the same video getting more views, so not more effort, just being smarter, clever, learning from me because I've tested it for 6 months, then that can give you these results as well, which is just the start of that channel. I believe it has only 5-6 videos right now on that channel, so that's quite quick based on my experience. 1,000 views after 6 videos on one video with only 3 subs. That's good. That's what I consider good. Now, can it be better? Yes, of course. This is the result of priming, getting that clarity to YouTube. So you either use the algorithm or they will abuse you. It's just the truth. You have to be clever or get clevered. So yes, you care about a lot of different topics. Just post them on a different channel. Stop trying to please everyone with one channel and start pleasing the right someone with the right channel. And then, of course, you are still the niche, just spread out over different channels. But at least you now have customers in your restaurant and you can change whenever you like. You can stop posting on a channel and just post more on another channel because you see that working, or you just prefer creating that type of videos. Does this also work on Instagram? Well, I don't like to give you an answer to that question yet because I'm just not certain about it. For YouTube, the results speak for themselves. If you want to see all my results from those 6 months, priming on several different channels, uploading over 311 videos on YouTube, all those results, all the behind the scenes, and my insights from them, so that you can prime your channel the right way without my mistakes, then just enter in your email below to another free training where I show you everything. And if you found this video valuable, I'm sure you will like this one next. Talk soon.